up, everybody? Yo soy David Pacheco from Tropa, Magica. You're listening to Big Five on Premier Guitar. So my favorite guitar is the Jazzmaster, as you can see right here. I first got my Jazzmaster. It was actually a Squire Jazzmaster. We had a previous band. We were called the Commons before, and we played at Coachella. And the artist rep from Fender, she saw us performing, and she's just like, "Hey, I want you guys to play Fender." And so she hooked us up with our first Fender Jazzmasters, and this is now my second one that they've given me. This is the American Pro with this custom pickguard. It's a nice, I don't know, it's a long neck. There's plenty of doodling action, you know, and plus tremolo. This is the American Pro 2. I'm thinking about hot wiring it and putting it on some of the Antiquity Seymour Duncan pickups, because we just got sponsored by them too, and they sent me some of those, so I want to put some of those 1950s ones in here just to get that classic jazzy Jazzmaster sound. You could super dive with this. I use 11s, and so the spring on there just kind of changed a bit. So I had to add a new spring on there and just replace it. I have a mastery bridge on it too, just so like I can like, you know, just strum it hard and like the strings won't pop out and stuff. I actually changed the spring in here. There's a little spring. So the one that the Panorama came with, it's very loose. So it's kind of like super, like you can't, it doesn't have the pushback. So I changed it. I have like an older one from a different guitar so that it has more of a pushback to it. Because especially once I changed to 11s, because it originally came with 10s, and when I would press it down, it would just go all the way down, and I'm like, whoa, it's like I'm like a step and a half, like, you know, down. And so yeah, I changed it, and so it's not actually the original, it's a little slightly modified one. I feel like it captures what we do, because our sound is very like surfy but psychedelic, and also that cumbia style, so it just works perfectly with it. I feel like this would be my Desert Island album. It's the Roots of Chicha. It's this Peruvian psychedelic cumbias from the 1960s and 70s. It's a compilation. This was like my gateway into like going back to like my, like I guess like my roots, my regional, like, you know, Mexican, Southern American roots, and finding out more about that style of music. So Roots of Chicha. For sure. My biggest guitar culture pet peeve is actually when someone asks me like what scale I solo on, because honestly, I don't know. I'm more of a feel player. I've always been like that. I've learned some theory, but not enough to where like I'm like, I know that like I play like a certain scale. And so sometimes it's like, oh shit, like, well, I just don't know, you know. The other one is I think like when people don't cut their guitar strings, like when they put new strings on them and they're like hanging out, that's super dangerous. You know, cut them. You're gonna poke someone's eye out with that. So a guitar hero that might shock our fans, and he's not really a guitar hero, he's more of a singer-songwriter, but Leonard Cohen, just the way he like his melodies and the way he just like, you know, finger picks, it's something that like I really admire from him. My secret weapon for me recently has been like being sober. Like, I've been going on 2 years sober now. I feel like before it was just like very reckless, and now that like kind of gave me more clarity, and it just like makes me more focused on what I'm doing. But guitar tone wise, let me show you. I usually like to have the delay in front of the overdrive so that my delays are very like just sound like just distorted and crunchy. I feel like it's just funner to play that way. You know, I can just go boom, or just slap the guitar strings on a palm mute and it'll just go boom.